Hey, this is Kenny for Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my video. As always, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Before I get to the topic of this video, I just want to quickly mention that there are some affiliate links in the description section of my video, some products being sold on Amazon that I get a commission for. For example, the Miles Davis 6364 Live in France Bootleg Series 8 CD set and LP set are on sale on Amazon. I think the CD set, as of the posting date of this video, October 2024, is $70, approximately $70, give or take a couple of dollars. And the LP set is $200, give or take a couple of dollars. As of the posting date of this video, October 2024. The prices could fluctuate and change, but as of the recording date of this video in October 2024, those are the prices. Check out some of the other links in my description section of my video that help my video out. I really appreciate it. But the topic of this video is the most overrated jazz album ever made, and I'm giving my opinion in this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Like I always say in my videos, this is a personal opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. I know a lot of you out there take these things very seriously. No, I just take it, lightly, and it's just my personal opinion. Lightly, what I mean by that, I don't take it ultra seriously, but this is my personal opinion nonetheless. Now, the most overrated jazz album ever made. I think you can still be great and fantastic and still be overrated at the same time. Like, I'll give you an example, like in basketball here in the United States. A lot of people think in the grand scheme of things that LeBron James is an overrated NBA player in the National Basketball Association here in the United States. He doesn't compare greatly to players like Michael Jordan or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A lot of people think LeBron James is the greatest, and because of that, he is overrated. Now, you can still, that's an example of being great but overrated. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. Michael Jordan second. But those who place LeBron James over those two say, no, he's not the greatest, therefore he's overrated. He's still great, but he's overrated. Or another example, Joe Namath, historically in football. Is he one of the greatest? A lot of people say if he wouldn't have won that Super Bowl against the Baltimore Colts, when he caught the Baltimore Colts on a bad day, the Baltimore Colts normally would just whipped on them Jets. But it didn't happen. Joe Namath lucked out and caught the Baltimore Colts on a bad day. And therefore, he had some greatness attached to him. So a lot of people think he's great, but a little bit overrated. So in this example, I'm going to give an example of an album that is great, transcendent, and amazing, but still I think is the most overrated jazz album ever made. Now, I hinted about this in another video. I just did not say in that video that this album was the most overrated album ever made, but I'm going to make that stance in this video. Now, let me get some examples before I get to that. For example, these are just examples before I get to the most overrated jazz album ever made. Jazz at the Pawn Shop. Some people think this album is overrated. Now, this is an audiophile record. This is an amazing record. It is transcendent in terms of how it sounds on a stereo system. I have another version of this record. They cost $200. It's better than this one. This is my second best one. Only have two, by the way. But a lot of people think it's overrated because the jazz performance on this record, they claim, is not that great. I think the jazz performance on this record is quite good. So no, I don't think this is overrated, but I can understand why people would think so. But I do not think that is an overrated record at all. Or another example is Ahmad Jamal, but not for me. This album. A lot of people may think that the jazz performance on this album, in terms of a jazz performance, is kind of light. It's maybe 75% jazz and 25% easy listening or lounge music. I don't think so. I think it's, well, to some degree it is, but it's still a great, amazing performance by brother Ahmad Jamal on this record. So some might think this is overrated. There's a mono and there's a stereo, but I don't think it's overrated. But I can understand partially why some people may think Ahmad Jamal, but not for me, is overrated. What about the jazz playing of Bill Evans on Waltz for Debbie? Or Sunday at the Village Vanguard? These two records get a lot of praise and hype. But I can understand perhaps why some people might think those are overrated, because Bill Evans has this somewhat of a, has somewhat like a light, a romantic approach to his playing. He's not like, I don't know, sometimes like McCoy Tyner, who can like, be like forceful and get it. You know what I mean? He can get it like Michael Jordan used to get it. You know what I mean? And they kind of discount his playing. Some people may, because it's somewhat light, romantic. I think he's one of the best jazz piano players of all time. Is he the best? No, he's not. But some people consider him one of the best. And do I think those two records overrated? No. But because of his style of play and his approach, some people may think that those records like those two are overrated. I don't think so. Or even the legendary Miles Davis Kind of Blue album, which gets a lot of praise and attention and hype, and some people think is overly so. And because of that, they may say, hey, that record's getting all that hype. Yes, it's great, but I don't think it deserves that much hype. So therefore, they think the hype eclipses the performance. I don't think so when you have players like Julian Cannonball Adderley, John Coltrane, Bill Evans, Miles Davis, Jimmy Cobb and the crew, Wynton Kelly. Miles Davis, this record is not overrated. I think this might be the greatest selling jazz album of all time. If it's not, it's pretty close. A Love Supreme is not in the conversation of most overrated jazz album of all time, because it's not. If you think so, please leave your comments in the comment section below. But the album that I think is the most overrated jazz album of all time, and I still think this album is transcendent, fantastic, and great, but I think the hype eclipses the performance. And that is Getz Gilberto, Stan Getz, Joao Gilberto, Estrella Gilberto, Antonio Carlos Jobim, and the Getz Gilberto album. This album was released in 1964, and it's an award-winning album. It won Best Album of the Year, Best Jazz Instrumental Album at the Grammys in 1965, Best Engineering Recording, Non-Classical, and Record of the Year for the song Girl from Ipanema. It's got attention, accolades, and hype because of the song. I think Girl from Ipanema catapulted this record to a status that the hype overwhelmed or was much above the performance of the record. Don't get me wrong, this is an amazing effort by all musicians on this record. It's a fabulous record. It's a fabulous bossa nova vocal record, and it's an amazing record. But just like some people think LeBron James is overrated in basketball, I think this record is overrated in jazz because of, largely due to the pop hit, The Girl from Ipanema. The Girl from Ipanema was a popular hit worldwide, and it brought a lot of fame and attention to this record that it would not all necessarily get. There was another great jazz record by Stan Getz on saxophone and a great jazz guitar player, Charlie Byrd, called Jazz Samba. Now this record had a smash hit. I think it was Desafinado was the name of the song, I believe. And the same on this record. I think Desafinado was on this record as well. But this one, as great as it was, and this won a Grammy for Best Jazz Performance to Stan Getz. This record, as great as it is, does not get the praise and hype as Getz Gilberto. It just simply doesn't. I think Getz Gilberto is a bit better than Jazz Samba, but not a lot better. And I think the reason why this one goes relatively unnoticed compared to Getz Gilberto is because of the song and the hype. Because of the hype from the song, The Girl from Ipanema, in my opinion. And I think it's elevated the song to a level that is much higher. The hype is much higher than the performance, in my opinion. So because of that, I think this is the most overrated jazz album ever made. It's still a great album, still a legendary album, a fantastic album, one of my most favorite albums, just like LeBron James is one of my most favorite basketball players. But I think this record is the most overrated jazz album ever made. I know that is sounds like a contradiction, but once you really think of it, I don't think it is. Great record, but a bit overrated. Please leave your most overrated jazz album ever made in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Check out those affiliate links in my description section of my video. That'll help me out, help my channel out. Please like and subscribe. God bless, strong love, and always, more importantly than listening to music, doing YouTube videos, please keep the peace worldwide. I mean, my God, I mean, it's just so simple. Please keep the peace worldwide.